these little wide aggressive decks in general, but in theory they're pretty good because like they're good versus Drake, and there's a lot of Drake. Why did my sideboard pop up? I guess I keep this hand. Doesn't seem all inspiring, but ooh, well, it just got significantly better. Interesting. Maybe they're just blue-red control. Maybe they're just got control. Who knows? Maybe they just have the old shock opt. If they just pass without using any mana, I'm probably going to cast Instigator. If they use some of their mana, I'll probably Legion Warboss. They specifically left that up. This just puts 2 out and swings for a bundle? Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Hey Christian, what's up my friend? So you generally don't have Cannonade in the main deck, even though Owen did, but post sideboard, Cannonade's going to do much dirty. No, boo. At least it just trades. If they get a second one, this is actually going to be really impactful. Apparently somebody messaged me. What did they say? Oh, they were telling me what deck to play, but that is too late. We have passed that conundrum. So cast the Legion's Landing first, because this beautiful thing gives my creatures haste. Man, who thought we'd be getting the dirty done with Instigator? Wah! Boom! Go to one, friend. Do you have removal? Question mark. The question has been asked. You may now answer. Alright, so you can't be blocked by red creatures. They don't have anything that's not red. Unless they have the bird maker, which I actually think is playable, but it surprises me that nobody's playing it. I actually think I'm bringing this Remorseful Cleric as well. Probably just extra Tribunal, and maybe even the... No. Not these. I don't even know if they're playing Electromancer. So that means if they're not playing Electromancer, the Drake's the max it can get. What do we want to take out? So we know they're going to be bringing in mass removal spells at this point. So I think I'm going to cut some prides, some snubbies. Maybe I'm just going to cut the snubbies and leave a couple of prides. Yeah, I think that's a relevant card. It's just, it doesn't get a lot of play, and I don't know why. We won a game in a minute and 19 seconds. This hand's obviously not great, but I think conclaves are good enough versus them that I'm willing to keep a slower hand. We only have 8 1-drops as well. Man, I should have made a little pizza before we started. I'm a little famished. Did the Lakers play tonight? They did not play last night. They played back-to-back before. Boo! Boo! Lakers do not play tonight. Play at 10:30 versus the Timberwolves tomorrow, though. Please no shock. I would like to cast this history now. Could have Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce almost makes me want to just play this. I think I'm just going to play this because they're showing Spell Pierce. I want to go ahead and get my best threat out versus them, one that they struggle to remove. There's a red mana. Well, this kind of sucks. Just gonna play this. Oh, they didn't have it. They pressed F6. They didn't have dive down. Rest in peace, me. Well then. Yes, I could just cast this. They pressed F6 again. Second Arclight's pretty brutal. Cannonade's also pretty brutal. Especially if they have an op this turn. They didn't, which was sweet. So, can technically play you. You and bash. Can win a lot of races like this as well. Especially if they don't have anything. Like if we just draw a land next turn, we're attacking for millions. So they're going to have to do some kind of blocking. So we put them to 1 while we have 3 threats in play. And that Pride of Conquerors was good. It was a well-drawn land. They have no Radical Idea in their graveyard, so it's going to be hard for them to play 3 spells. JK. They're Gucci. This is just chump blockers for them, though. Like, everything they have right now is just a chump blocker. Need them to have no lava coil here. That was beautiful. I guess I'll pay the 4. So honestly, going to 13 is kind of dangerous. They put 1 card on top. If they hit 2 Arclights, we're probably dead. They have like an Enigma Drake and a thing we're probably... There's the maximized velocity, so I guess we're probably just dead then. They have Enigma Drake anyway. Too lazy to count the spells. That way they have 10 spells, so... And they get 2 Arclights back. If they slow-road me, I'll be really upset. Huh, they got rid of a shock there. Shock was actually really good there. Alright, well, an extra Arclight doesn't kill us now. They'd have to have a land, a shock, and an Arclight, which is why getting rid of this shock was surprising to me. Alright, well, we beat them through a cannonade. It was close, though. Boo, we did not win the Dash Row. Fonzo's a grinder, you see him pretty often. Typically plays slower decks, but we'll see. They mulliganed. Most amount of power we have. Just want 3 creatures in play. Opponent's gonna need some things now. That's not things. Opponent will probably block it. Wow. Okay. Opponent had no out, but it was just an odd one in general, I think. Hey, we won game 1 in 1 minute and 19 seconds again. So apparently this deck is a 1 minute and 19 second game 1 deck. That's hilarious. I want you, I want you, and I want you. I'm going to take out the Snubhorn because, like I said, they bring in a lot of removal and things. And it feels like it's really hard to get them. Could just be like Heroic Intervention or something, though. I don't know. This hand's quite acceptable. Good chance that means shock. Yeah, they didn't press F6. Goodbye, friend. You'll be missed. We're going to have to hit some land. Come on, land us. Nice. I'd rather get this one in play. Because of the Vigilance Clause. Gives us more opportunities to next turn be able to, like, play a spell and Tribunal. Arclight's pretty good. Hopefully they don't have a shock or a second opt. A shock would be particularly brutal. Dang it. That's disappointing. I'm going to gamble a little bit here. We die pretty hard to Fiery Conclave when I make this play, but I would rather not Conclave this if I can. I'd rather Conclave a Drake. Again, we get pretty crushed by the one thing. But he's not showed us anything to even make me think he has it, so. How good would it be right now, though? Alright, so let's do the math. He's at 19. If we play this, we get to deal 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's right, ain't it? So now we still have a Heroic if he does have a spell, and a Danto. Doesn't have a spell, so unless he has Spell Pierce, he is just dead. Well, can't even have Spell Pierce now. And goodbye, friend. Continue. Alright, well, if we keep getting paired versus Drake opponents, we've got the answer. It appears. When you got it, you got it. Yeah, I gotta respond to so many YouTube messages. We will play first. This hand's actually kind of medium, but I just want to try it. This hand's probably too greedy. Not sending the message. Electro? Not Electro. Well, next turn was a fairly good turn, assuming they don't have mass removal. Arclight. Doing it live. Play this land first. Even if they have mass removal, we have a lot going on right now. Like, this guy would technically survive. We'd still have this, and we'd still have these. I guess this would no longer survive. If they had a shock to go with it. Uh, 1 minute and 9 seconds. We beat our previous record of 119. Want to keep sideboarding the same way? Like, maybe I'm wrong about taking the snubbies out, but it just feels like it's too hard to get active because of cannonades post-board. Wonder if we could bring in Honor Guard over the Goblin Infestation because of that. Turns off Crackling Drake as well. Probably not. This is a keep. Hopefully we'll draw our red source at some point, but it's a keep. Because we're on the draw and we have 3 draw steps to hit any land to just like play our spells. So they shocked, so that means this thing's probably dead. Or maybe they're just going to opt end of turn. Shocking's pretty ballsy though, because like they know what our deck's doing, so that means they probably already have a cannonade. Adonto, please? That's not an Adonto. It's another uncastable. Feel like they have shock, so whatever I'm playing post-combat. I guess I'm going to play this. If they cannonade, they're taking a turn off. Because we hit our red source, I think it gives us the highest likelihood of being able to go wild and potentially out. That was a strong one here. I think they win all races this game. Pretty easily win all races this game even. Kind of praying they don't have an Enigma. Ooh, that was pretty good. Do we get to gain 2 life back? Alright, we'll have to see what they have. Maybe the Heroic can steal it. Maybe like 1 drop in Heroic will steal it. Who knows? Oh, that's probably got us. Alright, we need a 1 drop. Any 1 drop I think's enough? Yeah, any 1 drop's enough. That's not a 1 drop, so I'm dead. I am dead. Have no out. Could bluff Settled Wreckage, but I don't really want to. Just gonna let him kill me. We had 7 outs there. Yeah, well, we've dropped a game. Don't think I'm changing anything from the play to the draw. We just actually have to hit a Conclave this game. He didn't hit a Cannonade either, though, so... I can't keep a 1-lander. Especially without 1 drops. Yeah, this hand's real weak. Need that card, but can't keep it. They live in mountains, so they probably have shock. I'm taking that point of damage. It was just bad. Very bad. Now they can Beacon Bolt this, which sucks, but like we can't not play our spells. Maybe I could have played an Instigator in an attempt to flip this, but to take the turn off the Beacon Bolt is probably fine for me. And I say fine loosely because like we're obviously really far behind, and one of our heroics is on the bottom of our deck. They have one card that just beats our entire team from here. This opponent did not F6. Alright, cool. They still didn't have it though. Well, that's neat. That was a neat draw, friends. that was a neat draw, friends. We got really fortunate that game. We top decked very well, and they didn't have a cannonade. Or a spell pierce, or a dive down, or just anything. You guys see why I got crushed so easily last night when we got paired versus it. The Drake deck just does not deal with aggressive decks very well. Yeah, pity chest locked up. Top suggestions, says my email. Ooh, what are you suggesting for Netflix? I don't know if there's a single one of these I would watch. Maybe that one. Let's win this stash row and win this game. Didn't win the dash row. Hey, I know this guy. I follow this guy on Twitter. He is a quality player. How do we beat Wildgrowth Walker? I don't know if we can. We can certainly start with an attack, though. We'll pay. Yes, I won't pay. Well, everybody knows what I want to draw. I want to draw that heroic before this is over. It could be over this turn. It could be over next turn if they have a finality if we don't draw the heroic this turn. Which means I'm probably going to start sending the team in blindly. Now, what are you going to minus on? That stinks of a man who has the card. Alright then, what is the plan if you do? Could send 4 at this and the rest at him. This way he doesn't tax us to 4 life. Or maybe he does. Maybe he just like blocks with choops or whatever. If he doesn't block anything with the wild growth, that means they're definitely going to do what we were just talking about. So I'm not going to add anything else to the board. Alright, I guess I was wrong. Won't be the first time I was wrong. Alright, I guess we're just going to start all out attacking then. They didn't have the land. They ditched the land as well. Or they ditched a non-land. Well, they've now taken control of the game to the point where I don't even have the option. You just have to play into it and scoop if they have it. But we're going to need to draw Heroic Intervention. They didn't slam a land, so that's good. But we drew our 7th land in 14 cards, so that's bad. So we're going to kill this, block this, take 4. They'll end up being at 7 probably, assuming they have a contempt. This was all expected. The 8th land. Alright, we're dead now. Just move on to the next game. We don't have an out here. Alright. Hello, Tocatlis. You're our friend. Hello, things that buy back Tocatli. You're our friend as well. Could probably bring in Baffling End as well. Bring in Baffling End, we can probably lose some of these. Trying to get the game over with fairly early, I guess. I brought in the Johnny's because they can buy back the honor guards mostly. This hand literally can't win. Yeah, this hand's much better. Don't know if it can win, but it's much better. Put you on the bottom. We don't have the land for you. be a bad branch walker. That was not a bad branch walker. Could be a really bad Jade Light. Oh no, brutal. Wait, we don't have that many spells. And they had another? Oh, tilt. Their draw's lining up very well versus us. I'm not going to beat them drawing 3 of their very best card. Yeah, this game's just over now. Alright. Well, that was sad. The sideboard didn't baffling in, they just happened to draw 3 of them. Pert Savage. Hopefully we'll lock up this 4-1 now. Here we go. Let's do this. We won the dice roll. We have a good draw. A good draw versus a variety of decks too, like we have options. Tilt. It's definitely worth offering to trade. That's unfortunate. Can an opponent please not have that one time? It's not too much to ask for, right? Opponent just not to have that one game. Oh well, they don't have anything to go with it? That's even more odd. It's like legitimately even more odd. So assume they have a removal spell and kill this. Oh, whatever. I'm just going to get my big attack in the turn I can. I think it's better because we could just draw another one of those. And this way he doesn't get to kill anything in combat, he just gets to kill this. Yeah, pretty clearly needs his lands, so get to put them at 5 here, and if they miss an Explorer guy this turn, we're rocking. If they hit an Explorer guy, we're not in the best shape. Turns Jade Light Ranger off if they block with that. Now we have a flyer as well. So even if they have a Jade Light Ranger, we have this one. Yeah, so we definitely want Fortocatlis. We definitely want our Baffling Ends. I think this time I might try to keep the Conclaves and even bring the extra Conclave in. The only thing I know for sure is I'm getting rid of these 7 cards. Maybe I'm supposed to get rid of these too. They were like really bad versus what he showed us last game, but I just don't know if we win other ways. We might bring them back in on the play. Get rid of the Legion War Boss or something. Maybe they're just better than Legion War Boss. Probably better than Legion War Boss. They are enter the battlefield trigger though, and we did bring into Catley, so like a slot nombo. Think I made a pretty good mulligan and didn't see another land the entire game. Well, that's frustrating. I think that mulligan was correct, though. I don't think the hand that we had is the type of hand that we win with. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in the Pride plan and just try to get them before things go too crazy. This is kind of unfortunate. They didn't play anything at all, which means they're pretty much going to kill this. But again, it's another opponent that took that point of damage for literal no reason. How many times are they going to do that? I think we have to get rid of it. I don't think we can actually beat it, so. And they have multiple again. I'm setting up this game plan to try to beat this card, but like I'm struggling really hard to beat it. I guess I just play this and try to flip that. I have a second cast down. This is just going to be too savage. It's a little tilting. They literally have double cast down, double tribunal. And now that they're not casting anything, you can guarantee that that means they also have finality, and they're going to have the mana to play it. Maybe I'm not supposed to play this then? Hopefully they don't also have contempt. If they literally have double walk or double cast down contempt finality, like, I mean, it's just not a game we will ever win. Yeah, no land, please. They're not hard slamming it. So they go to 1. Interesting, fam. What is the right play now? Like, what can we beat? I guess we have to attack them with everything, because this card doesn't really do anything from here. And hope that they don't have another removal spell. Because if they don't have another removal spell, they're forced to chump here, and then a Danto can beat Finality. Well, thank goodness they didn't draw Explore cards. Not sure what that accomplished. Of course, we knew they probably didn't have Finality. Oh my god, they hit. How ridiculous is that? I think we played very correctly. And then we get punished by Vraska Tick Up. Like, they had one turn to basically draw these two cards. It makes the third Wildgrowth Walker again. I'm not sure we have outs anymore. Why can't I draw 3 to Catleys? No. I just drawed a 7th land and 14 cards again. This is a brutal way to lose. And if they brick off next turn, a Heroic Intervention would be enough. They're not likely to brick off drawing 2 cards. So we know they have a Brontodon. Alright, so Heroic Intervention wins right now. One time? Nope. Now that's the 8th land in 15 cards. So our 22 land deck drew more lands than spells in 2 of our losses now. Quite frustrating. Maybe I should have killed this last turn. Or the turn that I could. They had to have such a specific sequence of cards, though. Like, they had to have a Wildgrowth Walker plus an Explorer, and we knew they didn't have an Explorer yet. And even if it was like this Explorer, we still had a lot of outs to win. Now we just don't even have outs. Great. The 9th land. We've drawn 3 lands in a row, too, since the game got close. Alright, well, we can't win. Whatever. We'll just scoop. Alright, well, we lost to Golgari twice. Pretty annoyed that we lost that game. Maybe I'm supposed to kill this card. Like I could have. But if I killed this card, they could have been at 2. And then if they had finality, we're messed up. But there's nothing to make me think that he had either this or this in his hand. I'd say he drew them both, to be honest. But I don't know. Alright, well, anyway. The deck felt fine. Golgari doesn't feel like a winnable match if they have a bunch of Wild Growth Walkers. Kind of surprises me that Wild Growth Walker gets so much play. Because there's not very many aggro decks in this format whatsoever. And it's like really not good in the mirror. It's not great versus Drakes. It's not great. I mean, I'll rephrase. I think it's one of the best cards they are versus Drake, but almost everybody else says it's bad. They try to go big and they try to kill stuff, and that's not how you beat Drakes. You beat Drakes by out-tempoing them and playing spells where you can play like 2 spells in a turn and stuff like that. Like, going smaller is how you beat Drakes. But, like, it's bad versus Jeskai. I don't know. Like, maybe it's good enough. Everybody plays it, but, like, it just feels to me like the format's Drakes, Jeskai, and Golgari basically only. And it's definitely bad versus 2 of those decks, and most of the good players argue that it's bad versus all 3 of them. Again, I think they're wrong on the case of the one. But anyway, I guess I'm not going to host anybody. There's only 3 people watching. But I'm going to take off. Thanks so much for stopping by.